guys, welcome back to Resilient Man channel. Let me ask you a question. How do you recharge your soul, shall we say? How do you recharge from the grind of life? Let's talk about that today. That's on Resilient Man channel. As you can see, I am on the road. I'm cruising here. This was on my mind, so I thought, hey, let's make a quick message here about recharging your energy, recharging your soul, recharging your motivation, whatever you want to call it. I guess it's a combination of all three, actually. But how do you do that? And I believe in order to stay resilient, to be a resilient man, you need to balance it somewhat with things that you enjoy and help you to recharge. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Comment down below. I'd love to hear what you do to recharge, how you have that balance in your life. And if you're enjoying the content here on Resilient Man channel, like and subscribe as well, period. So I've always practiced this. I'll share a little bit about myself. I've always practiced taking a day off here and there, or maybe a half a day, or whatever the case might be, to go and do things that recharge my soul, that recharge my motivation and my mental energy. Personally, I've been in professional sales for over 25 years now. I'm a hunter. And what that means, a hunter, is I bring in new business. That's my responsibility. It's to hunt new customers and bring them in for our organization. And many times I love it, but it's tough, Any of you sales professionals out there will agree that there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that goes into being in the sales world. And it can grind on you. It really can grind on you. Now, my personal feeling is, having been in sales for over 25 years, the wins way outweigh the negatives. So that's the way I've always looked at it. But there are days where, or even times, maybe an hour here, an hour there, where I have to get away from it. And that's what I was thinking about with this message today on Resilient Man channel, and to remind you, you guys watching, in order to remind you to don't feel guilty about taking time out, maybe a half a day here or a day off, to go enjoy the things that recharge your soul. Today, for example, I went down. I live a couple hours from the beach, which is just over 2 hours, and it's, quite frankly, it's the furthest I've ever lived from the beach. I'm originally from Central Florida. I grew up. I'm a beach guy. I'm a surfer, and that's what restores my soul. And so I drove down this morning. I checked the surf report last night. It looked really good, and said, hell with it, I'm going surfing in the morning. And so I drove down and had a great surf session this morning, and it was wonderful. The weather was perfect, 75 degrees, beautiful morning. And the thing is, I do different stuff to recharge my soul. I surf, I go for hikes, I stand up paddleboard, different things like that. But and I'll share a little bit about what those do for me, and maybe you guys can relate to that and actually comment what your strategies are for recharging as well. So surfing, for me, when I get in the water, I usually get in stressed, concerned, blah, 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 about the typical grinds of life with work and kids or whatever the case might be, different things, the world around us in general. But I paddle out and I've got that tension balled up in me. And some of you can relate to that. But then 2 or 3 hours later, when I'm finished surfing and I get out of the water, I'm a completely different guy. I'm relaxed. The stress is gone. I'm recharged. I'm just in every way. I'm recharged mentally, emotionally, physically. I've had a great workout, spiritually, all these different things. And I realized over the years that not only should I not feel guilty for taking this time to do something that I enjoy and it recharges me, it's actually necessary. Because when I go back to the grind and focused on my work and goals, I'm ready to go back and kick ass again. I'm ready to hit it hard. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to what I'm saying, and you do something similar. And so, surfing is my main thing. I go for long hikes. I stand up paddleboard. I do things like that too, and I always come back refreshed. In my hikes, I usually do about 6 or 7 miles. I'm up and down ravines, and it's I put a backpack on and I put some weight in it, so I'm really doing a workout type of hike. It's not just a stroll. I'm actually burning and working up a sweat. But by the time I'm done, I feel great. And then the third thing I mentioned was stand-up paddleboarding. Usually, I will go for a stand-up paddleboard session on one of the lakes nearby, and usually after work, and I do an evening session that's absolutely beautiful. I'm out there on my paddleboard. I've got my portable speaker, and I got my reggae jamming, and I'm just paddling along. It's a great workout, but at the same time, it's very mellow and laid back. And I finish up for the evening, and I'm just recharged. It's really wonderful. And that was just on my mind as I'm cruising along here today, because I know and how it relates to staying resilient and with all the challenges that we are faced with as men. So I wanted to pop on and just make this quick message and encourage you, if that's an area that you struggle with because you have a strong work ethic, you're on your grind, you're working on your goals, you're focused, but there are times where you might feel a little guilty. What if I took half a day or a day off and I went and did what I enjoyed? I would say flip the script on that. Change that perspective and see it as you actually need that. You need it to restore yourself. And I think you'll find that if you do that, personally, I think you need to do something maybe once or even twice a week, depending on what you're dealing with and what kind of stress level that you're under. But I believe it will make a big difference, I think it will. So that's what I was thinking about today, and how it pertains to staying and being a resilient man. So guys, if you've got some thoughts, some comments, please comment down below. I hope you're enjoying Resilient Man channel, and it's helping and encouraging you. And like and subscribe. We really appreciate you guys plugging in. And with that, I will say, know your worth. Protect your peace.